Hi there, I'm Michelle. This is my first time recording a vlogcast podcast. Not quite sure what you call it, but I thought I'd have a go. I have recently started watching a lot of vlogcasts, and I just wanted to have a little go. It's nice to hear everyone chatting about crochet, which is something I'm very, very into, and I wanted to feel like part of the community. So here I am having a chat, hopefully, with someone watching. Hopefully, I might never post this because it might be really embarrassing. But if not, I'm going to have a go and let's see. I grew up in London. I don't know if you can tell from my accent. Maybe not, I don't know. And about 7 months ago, we moved to the East Midlands, a town in Northamptonshire, small town. And I'm gradually getting to know people around here, making new friends, but a lot of them are mum friends from my children. I have 3 children, 7, 4 and 1, so crazy busy, and I'm meeting a lot of mum friends that way, and they're lovely people, but I haven't met anyone yet that's into yarn and crochet and crafts, so I was hoping that maybe I'd make some friends this way. You never know. You might like me, hopefully. So where to start? Really, my username is Mickey Midge here on YouTube and on Ravelry and on Instagram. They are both nicknames given to me by my parents. So my dad used to call me Mickey all the time, right until the day he died, pretty much. And my mum's always called me Midge. I don't know why. If anyone else asks, my name is Michelle and that's it. So I don't know why I'm using those nicknames, but I couldn't think of anything else at the time, and now I'm stuck with it because I can't think of anything better. So I'm eating my hair. I don't know why that's happening. So you can find me on Instagram or anything like that. You can have a look at anything. I generally post pictures of crochet and other pretty things I see if I see them. I'm not a prolific user, but I do post a few times a week. Sometimes you get pictures of my children. I've got 2 boys and a girl. Don't really need to know that, but if you did, I do. I started crocheting when I was a little girl, tiny little girl. I think I was about 7, 8. And my mum gave me some granny squares. She always started them off, so I never got to start them off. And I used to just keep going and going and going. And then as I was a teenager, crochet wasn't very fashionable, so I didn't want to know. So I stopped for quite a while. And then when I had my second boy, who's now 4, I started crocheting a little bit more then, and I made him a blanket, and it was all very pretty and nice. And then I didn't do it again for very long. But then when my now 4-year-old turned about 2, my dad got very, very sick, and my way of coping was he was in a respite home towards the end of his life, and we were sitting there by his bedside. He didn't know we were there, he didn't know who we was. Even when he did register, there was someone there. So I started crocheting while sitting next to his bed for something to do, take my mind off it. And I made my little boy a hat because it was starting to get very cold and nearly snowy. So I made this hat and he loved it, he absolutely loved it. And then his little brother wanted one as well, so I made one for him, and that was it. The bug was caught. You know, it really, really helped me. I often use the hashtag on Instagram, craft is my therapy, or crochet is my therapy, because it's so true for me. Without it, I don't know how I would have coped with losing my dad. And since then, I just kept going, and it feels great. I mean, I've coped since then. Excuse me. I've coped since then by doing crochet again and again and again. So I have lots of things that I'm doing at any one time. I do have startitis constantly. I have about 4 or 5 whips on the go at a time. I can never make up my mind. So I do have quite a few. So we'll start then with works in progress, I suppose. The most recent one is right in front of me because it's very small. I actually started it about an hour ago, and that's this. And it is going to be a scarf, an infinity scarf actually. And I think it's the ISAR, ISAR, I hope I'm pronouncing that right, pattern on Ravelry. It's meant to be an ordinary scarf, but this will be my 4th one, and I've always made them into infinity. And I've always used this yarn because I just love the way this yarn and this pattern works up nicely. I don't know if you could see, how I could get it closer. It's quite bright, so the colour's blowing a little bit. Excuse my chipped fingernails. Halloween was last night, so that's my blood colour. So there you go, there's the pattern. It's very, very nice. I think it's a free pattern. I don't think I paid for it. I can't remember. I bought it ages ago. I made myself a scarf in this about 2 years ago. And I used, this is Signet Boho Spirit yarn. This colour is Fantasia. And I'll show you a ball of it. Oop, upside down. It's that colour. So it goes around and you've got a bit of green in there and a bit of blue. And I think I just love how these colours go together. So that's that. But my one is in Festival, it's the colour, which is a bit more rainbowy, so there's some yellow in there. And then I made one, I'll show you in the finished objects, I've made one in Mojo as well, which come out really nice. And I was making it for a friend who's going to give it to one of her friends as a present in Mojo. And a friend of mine who is absolutely lovely in Austria, we communicate online and then send each other little presents every now and then, commented that she thought it was absolutely beautiful. So I thought, yeah, I'll make her one as well, because I think she deserves it. I usually make things for her nephew, not her, so it'll be quite nice. So that's whip number 1. Whip number 2, no, we'll go with this one first. It's a big one. I've been doing it for a long, long time. I started it a couple of years ago. I gave up on it, went back to it, and it's taken another, it's got on a hiatus at the moment, but I will finish it. I'm on a mission to finish this by Christmas for my 7-year-old who asked for it 2 years ago. Quite bad. And it is a rainbow chevron blanket, so I won't be able to get all of it in. Let's see, it's very, very bright. He chose the colours. So we got, obviously, red, orange, yellow. Ooh, that's not really true to the colour there. Ooh, maybe that's a bit better. Yellow, green, which isn't coming up properly. It's like a neon green. Blue. We've got a sort of lilac-y, violet-y. Can't remember the name of the colours. I have to look them up. And pink. And then back to red, and it goes on and on and on and on, and it's quite big now. It's getting there, but I'm trying to make it big enough for his bed. And then it's going to be bordered in bright white, white. This is Stylecraft Special DK, one of my go-tos for blankets, because my children do love to pull at these blankets and play with them and make dens out of them. They're boys. I'm sure the girl would be just as bad when she's older. She's only 1, so it's not quite so bad. But they like to pull at them and yank at them and eat on them, and they have to go in the washing machine, get tumble dried on low, of course, because it's acrylic, and it has to go through all of that and last. So yeah, Starcraft Special DK is my go-to for blankets. So that's whip number 2. I have whip number 3 and 4. I don't have up here. I'm in the loft room. You can probably see I've got some dough. They are socks for the Strictly Sock Along by Little Drops of Wonderful, and I've done one sock, completed one sock in each pattern, and I've kind of left it at that with odd socks. I don't know why, because I started making some in a grey colour, which was like cat socks, and I used a hook that said 3mm, and I kept going, the sock's not fitting. This is pattern's wrong, but it's in Simply Crochet. They usually get it right. There's been no amendments. I'm making the biggest size when I should be on a medium, and it's still not fitting my foot. My foot's not gargantuan. I'm only a UK size 6, so you know I have average size feet, and it was just not fitting. And then I looked at the hook, and I thought, have I not noticed this before? It looks tiny. So the hook has been mislabelled. It's not a size 3 or 3mm, not size 3. It's not a 3mm at all. It must be like a lace weight one or something. So it was no wonder it was coming out completely wrong. So that all got completely frogged, and I was on the heel by then. So I started again, and I finished it, and I was like, okay, yep, it's because I got the hook wrong. Although I still went up to a 3.5mm to do it, and it fits nicely. And then I went, oh, I'm bored of this pattern, and I went on to do one in, dare I say the C word, Christmassy colours. And I finished that one, completely different pattern. Can't remember the name of it. I'll have to look it up. So next time, if there is a next time, hopefully if people are actually watching, there will be a next time. And I finished one of those. And then I was going to do it again, because you have to do, I don't know if you know the Strictly Sock Along, you make the socks when Strictly's on, or It Takes Two. I don't really watch It Takes Two because my kids are just home from the childminder. So I have to cook dinner and spend time with my children because I haven't seen them all day. So I haven't started Sock 2 yet, and I was going to this Saturday, but it was a Halloween special, and it's my favourite week, Strictly. Strictly is one of my guilty pleasures. So I sat there and actually watched the whole thing and just got very into it, and my kids got into it. They like singing and dancing. My 7-year-old does. 4-year-old goes, I don't like to dance. And he just sits there moaning. So then he goes off to do his own thing. He's very independent, my 4-year-old. So those are whip 3 and 4. I will finish them by the time the series ends. I will. It's probably about my 10th attempt at making socks, and I've always given up, so this time I am not going to give up. Whip number 4 is in the background, and I can't go and get it. No, my chair's in the way. Yeah, you can just about see it, can you? Nope, wrong way. No, there. Amongst mess to go downstairs, which I haven't cleared up. I should have done that before I started filming. And it's the Spice of Life Crochet Along by Sandra Cherry Hart, along with Black Sheep Walls. I'm making it in the Bollywood colour pack because I thought it was really, really nice for my little girl. It's not the Spice of Life, it's A Spicier Life. I did the Spice of Life when that was out last year, and my 4-year-old has decided that's his blanket. And I also did the Cosy Stripe blanket by Attic 24, which my 7-year-old has taken. So I'm hoping to get that one back when he gets the rainbow. Fingers crossed I'll get that one back for me, because I'd like a blanket for me. Selfish and everything, but you know. So I'm making A Spicier Life in the Bollywood colour pack, but I'm making it the same size as the Cosy Stripe by Attic 24, so it's a single bed size. So I'm adding, I think I started with a starting chain of 192 if you're doing it, or 193. I think my stitch count is 192 across instead of 140, I think it is. So it's about 25% bigger, and then I'm adding 50 rows to make it longer. I'm a little bit behind because I had to put it aside because I'm trying to do Christmas presents, so I won't make it when everyone else sort of finishes, but I'm not in any hurry. I'm not going to race or anything. I'm just going to make sure it gets done by Christmas. Well, fingers crossed, get done by Christmas, you never know. I keep saying and so a lot. I do apologise. I will stop. I think it's nerves because I've not done this before. I might watch this back and go, no, I have to re-record. If you're watching this, obviously I haven't. So that's whip number 4, and one more. I think there's only one more. I have got some that have been shelved for a while, but they've been boxed up when we moved, and I haven't got them out yet, so they've been shelved for quite a long time. We do have, this is a little stash busting one. So my husband's constantly moaning me that he's moved all this yarn and I'm buying new yarn instead of using what's there. This is just a corner to corner. Oh, I've got a big gap there. That just what have I done? Have I done something wrong? Where's the gap? No, it looks right. Why is it so gappy there? I don't know. I'll have to check that. Anyway, it's a C2C. Yeah, the stitch count is definitely right. I haven't. Oh no, I haven't missed anything. Or have I? No, it looks right. Yeah, it's a C2C blanket. And we've got, actually the colours are showing up a bit more of a contrast here, because these two in real life aren't that different. It actually looks better. But so I've got sort of sparkly white started off, and then a light aqua, medium aqua, a dark aqua, and then back to the white, and I'm going to just keep going until it's really cheap, rubbish pound shop acrylic, you know, does the job. That I just had sitting there, and I've never really used it because, well, I'm not a yarn snob, not by any means. But I've never really thought of using it for anything else. So, but to be fair, this one is white sparkly. I don't know if you can see the sparkles. The colours are really getting. I've got to get used to going the wrong way. But you can just, there is sort of like a sparkly, plasticky thing running through it, so it's making it a bit rough. But I was thinking, if I just go until the yarn is out, see how big it comes to, or I might start going in a bit soon and make it like a doll's blanket, because my little girl's just discovered pushing dolls around in a buggy, and using an old buggy that my little boy used when he was small, and it's blue, the buggy, so it might go with that, and she can push her doll around, and I use the yarn up, and it's something that I just carry with me every now and then to do. I think that's all the whips. Yes, that's it. So finished objects recently. I'm not going to go back too far because this is the first time, so it can't be since the last time. So most recent ones, I've been making things for Christmas. So I'll start with my favourite, because I finished it. Well, technically I finished it today because I sewed the buttons on today, but I finished crocheting it not yesterday, the day before. So, and it is a little, if I can get back, little Christmas dress for my little girl. Lean back, show my double chin. And it just looks so cute. I think she's just going to be adorable in this. And there's the back. So these are the buttons I sewed on. It needs, I don't know if I should block it or not. I'm not really a blocker, to be honest. I don't tend to unless I have to. So I've got these two little buttons that I sewed on today. You can't see them but very well. They look a bit contrasty here. But they're natural wood colour. I don't know if they are actually wood. They're plastic made to look like wood, I don't know. It says handmade with love and little hearts. But it just keeps the back closed. And I used Stylecraft Special Aran weight for this because the pattern, it's the Mrs. Claus pattern online. Oh, is it the Lavender chair? I think it's a Lavender chair. And so I used, because they used worsted weight, which is the American version of our equivalent is kind of Aran weight. So I used that. Stylecraft Special Aran. This is lipstick, black, obviously, and gold. I think it's just called. It's kind of musty gold, I suppose. And at the bottom I used Rico Baby Teddy, I think it is. It's not as thick as the pattern called for, but it does end at the top of being a bit fluffy. I hate working with fluffy yarn like this because you can't see the stitches. So I was going to add another row, and then I thought, you know what, I don't want the stress. I think it looks cute enough. And hopefully she's going to wear it underneath a little baby grey with Peter Pan collar, a white one that I've got, long sleeve. I think she'll look really cute come Christmas. I'm just gonna, so adorable. I'm a bit obsessed with Christmas, so it's 1st of November today. I'm allowed to talk about getting ready for Christmas, I think. So hopefully no one will switch off just because I'm calling about Christmas. So that's finished object number 1. Number 2, I love this, which is my Liula, and from Potter and Bloom's pattern. It's a paid pattern for those who haven't heard of it. I'm sure you have, everyone. Sure, no, maybe not everyone, but it's been quite common in the crochet scene recently. I was probably a bit late to start it, but I love it. I used Katia Yarn's Spring Rainbow. It's not as long a cake as the cotton flowers cakes that Emma suggested we use, but I know there was a long line of people waiting for their yarn when I got to the Liula party, so I thought I'd get one that I could get straight away, and I was able to get this within about 2 days, so I went for that. And so, nope, it started into the blue, the cake. I just used one cake. It's about 600 yards, and I think the pattern was 800 to 1,000 yards. So mine is quite a bit shorter than other people's, but it starts off with the turquoise, and then it's 4-ply, 1 strand at a time. It changed colour. So here you see the purple started to get added in, purple, then an extra strand of purple, then another strand of purple. Now I thought in the middle there would be just purple, but suddenly it changed. The 1 strand of turquoise or aqua that was left changed to pink, not purple. I got a bit confused. So I have got like a line in the middle, but I still like it. So, and then it goes and get more and more pink until it gets pink at the end. I didn't finish in the right place, if I'm honest. I was supposed to finish on a row 7, and I haven't, so I don't know if it looks a bit strange. But I didn't want to go back to row 7 because it means that there'd only be a tiny bit of just pink at the end, and I didn't think that looked right, so I stick with it. So I can't get the whole thing in, but covering my face, that might be an improvement. So there you go, that's as much as I can get. But I do love it. Put it around my head. It's really nice, and because I work from home, it might save me putting the heating on for it a while. I can drop my shoulders in it just as that little extra. Well, it's cotton, it's not particularly heavyweight. But I love this pattern. Really nice, really pretty. It does take. Some people said they got into the flow of the pattern, but me, I found that I would forget to start a new leaf if I wasn't concentrating all the time. So it wasn't a watch TV and get going pattern at all for me, unfortunately. Maybe that's my baby brain, because my 1-year-old doesn't sleep through the night very often, maybe 2 nights a week. Yeah. So excuse my scattiness, it's her fault. It's a good job she's adorable. But yes, so that's Liula. And then I got the, oh, I'm gonna destroy everything on the desk. So then I went back to making Christmas presents, because that one is a present for me. I don't often make things for me. I made this. It's got some yarn inside. Yarn. Is the yarn inside? It was just to bulk it up for the Peter Pan Merino Baby. That's a stash yarn I've had in there for I don't know how long. I have to find something to make with that. I've got 3 balls of it. I wonder if that's how many I've got total. Can't really make much with that. But anyway, So this is just a little bag. It was loosely based on the Zines and Roger video tutorial she posted on YouTube. But this yarn is quite chunky. It is Paint Box Chunky Pots. And I can't remember the name of the colourways. The rainbow one, it's quite obvious when if you want to buy it, which one it is. And because it's quite chunky, I couldn't follow the pattern. I tried and it kept buckling and looking awful. So, but essentially, I just went around and I did clusters of 2 mainly. I did follow this increase here from Zines and Roger, and then I just went back to clusters of 2, increasing, and then just ordinary, so it goes straight up. Just 2 basic handles I made using half treble crochet, going across the chain and then turn, and then doing it the other way up the other side of the chain. Make 2 handles, and then just little circles, because I didn't want pom-poms, because my little girl has a thing about putting pom-poms apart. So I did 2 circles there, and hopefully she will enjoy this come Christmas, to put things in, walk around. She loves to carry things around. I've lost count of the amount of times I've been emptying the dishwasher and I've turned around and she's off with the cutlery basket and she's gone, which is incredibly frustrating. So if I give her something like this that she can carry around with all her little bits in, hopefully she'll leave my cutlery basket alone. You never know. Fingers crossed. I'll let you know if it actually works. So that was another finished object. And another one. This is the finished I saw. I hope I've said that right anyway. Infinity scarf. And it is in the colourway Mojo. So you can see it's quite rainbowy again. I've got a thing about rainbows of some form or another. I did have a nasty knot in this particular ball, so the colour didn't change very well that side. And hopefully they'll still like it. So it goes round and round and round. See, now I can see the colour change really quite strikingly. Hopefully not too bad. But it's really, really pretty on. Just mess up my hair. So you see. There you go, it keeps you nice and so you can see, it keeps you nice and toasty come winter. So yeah, I love these scarves. I'm going to make hundreds of them. Everyone I know is going to get one eventually, I'm sure. So this is actually this is a pattern I can do without really thinking. This is a watch TV pattern. So I've been doing it while I've been watching Stranger Things. We're trying to get it finished before I read any spoilers. I think I'm on episode 5. But I finished that 2 days ago, 3 days ago. That one works out really quick, a couple of days. And obviously I'm not crocheting 24 hours a day, so I think I did quite well. And next one, see, it's all scarves, cowls, scarves. I've been taking part in the September shawl along by the Cosy Cottage Crochet. I love watching Hannah's podcast. I think she's a very, very lovely girl. So this is a cowl using the Paintbox Chunky Pots again. This is their pattern they released specifically for Chunky Pots. And this colourway, again, I haven't got the name of the colourway. I should have always remembered to do that. Hopefully I'll try and insert it here once I figured out how to add text. It's just a quite basic cowl, and again it changes colour very randomly, but I quite like that on this. And it's just a simple chunky cowl. I am actually making a few of these for teacher gifts for my little boys to give at the end of term, because they have one teacher and one TA each, so that's at least 4 that I've got to make. But with one pot so to speak, one skein. Skein. So I'll stick to pot. One pot. You can get that and their own pattern of the wrist warmers as well. They're both purple on one side, but random colours on the other side. Again, this is their pattern for it. Let's see if I can put them on, but they are very quick to work up. You see, and I really like them. I really like them because they are so easy and they are really comfy. So you could have odd colours, or you could turn it around and have, because it's reversible, you can have purple on both outer hands. So they're going to get, each teacher is going to get a cowl and a pair of wrist warmers each. And the pots are really inexpensive, like £6.50 I think it is, UK pounds. So it's quite an expensive gift, but hopefully ones that they will like. I've tried to get the boys to find out their favourite colours, sneakily, without actually telling them why. And they all come back with purple. And I've not got much purple. I've got lots of greens, blues, and pinks. And everyone's come back saying purple, so we might have to, they might not all get their favourite colour. Let's hope they've been crafty and how they found out those colours. Excuse me, I'm just disappearing. There we go, I'm back. This is also my spare room, so I apologise for the bed in the background. And last but not least is a little hat. Nice warm chunky hat, hopefully. It's got, I just put a little button on the front because of the stripe pattern. I thought I'd try and imply that this was intended to be the front. And that, now that I've just noticed that looks a little bit wonky, I might have to redo that because I've sewn that together. Didn't notice before. I might just unpick the sewing and just shift it slightly. But anyway, so this is a baby hat for a friend's little girl. I think she'll be about 3 months by the time she gets this. So I'm going to send it off soon. I'm hoping. It does look quite big, but I always have a habit of making hats too small. So we'll have to see if it fit. And the pom-pom, I love big pom-poms. Pom-pom should be as big as people's heads, as far as I'm concerned. And it almost is as big as this baby's head. Little baby Amelia. Hopefully their mum and dad will like it. It was using a yarn cake by Ice Yarns. I've got it down here. Oh, you shan't see. The bed is a right mess. It's because I've been folding up washing on it, so I've messed it up. Ice Yarns. So quite an expensive brand, isn't it? I think most people know about Ice Yarns from Turkey. It came really, really quickly from Turkey to the UK. I'm sure I ordered it the day before it turned up. It turned up yesterday, and I whipped this up last night after doing trick-or-treating with the kids. Does it show the colour? It doesn't have a colour name. No. But it's Aran weight or worsted weight, so it's the size 5 hook. And you see the colours. So where the colours changed, obviously it wasn't this one, it was another ball, because they come in sets of 2. It started with this bright colour, and then it went to the dark for the majority of the hat. So I kind of called that the back, and then it went to the light. And then I was able to use a bit of the light and some of this one for the pom-pom. I think that's worked out quite well. I think so. I think it looks pretty. I'd put it on my little girl, but little girl, I should not drop my T's. Whether my friend will like it, I don't know. Hopefully she will. And she won't say, oh, that's awful. Hopefully she won't say that. She'd never actually openly say that, I'm sure. She's far too polite. But, so there you go. That's for baby Amelia. And I think that's it. I do have one more hat, but it's the same sort of hat, and that is for, I said I'll make things for my friend's nephew. That's for him, and it's just for stash yarn that I found, and that's really bright, so it's really kind of, again, it looks really big because it's ribbed, you know, it kind of goes really stretchy. It looks really big, but it fits my 1-year-old, and her nephew is one, much like my little girl. I should stop calling her my little girl. Her name's Willow, so I hope, much like Willow, and it fits Willow. You know, you don't want it too tight because crochet hats don't have a lot of stretch, but it has quite a bit. It fits her nicely, so I'm hoping it will fit her nephew. And I think that's it. I have been manically making ready for Christmas. And my next projects are, well, I've got to finish the ISAR scarf, and then I've got to make 3 more cowls and fingerless gloves, or wrist warmers. So I've got to make 3 more of those for the teacher gifts. And then I've got to finish the rainbow. And then I've got a few other projects in mind. I'm trying to make lots and lots of things for Christmas. So I'm not quite sure. I've got some toys to make. Don't know if you guys know about Aldi. They have special buys, and last time they did yarn in the special buys, everyone goes completely mental, and you have to get online quick to get it online, or you have to wait about a week to come out in store. And I sat there and I looked at all the yarn, and I thought, because it's you know, cheap acrylic, you know, box standard stuff, but not too bad. And they had these little kits, and there was a unicorn. Everyone's about unicorns these days, but I do love unicorns. My little girl's got a unicorn themed room. My boys love getting unicorn things for her. So there was a unicorn kit, which I got one of to make her. I know it's very lazy getting a kit. I should just buy a pattern, and I've got loads of yarn in my stash. And kit yarn is never usually that brilliant. I just thought I'll get the kit, I'll get the pattern, and I'll give it a go. Because they were only £3, £4 for the kit, I think. Might be wrong. If my husband's watching, they were £3 or £4. So I got a unicorn. There was a reindeer, so I got 3 reindeer kits, so they could have a reindeer each. And there was a fox kit, and I got 2 of those, so the boys could have foxes. They might not want them, I don't know. I think there was a pug, and I got 1 pug as well, just so I could have that pattern. Yeah, I did get a bit carried away that week. So I'm going to try and at least make the reindeer, the Christmassy ones, by Christmas. And I also bought some thick blanket yarn, the really fluffy, fuzzy stuff, to make a blanket for my 4-year-old, who keeps asking me. I made like a hooded blanket for my baby girl last year, and he keeps going, I want one for me. And I've tried it on him, and it's not bad size actually. It just needs to be a little bit bigger. The hood needs to be a bit bigger because it was oversized for a baby. He wants it to wrap around, you know, in the winter watching TV. So it only needs to be a bit bigger because he's quite small for 4. He takes after my side of the family, apart from the big that way. He is very petite, he's very short. I'm only 5'2". My husband is nearly 6'5", and my 7-year-old takes after him, so he's quite tall. But the 4-year-old is quite little. So it nearly reaches the floor on him, but I need to make it a little bit wider so we can wrap it round. So I'm going to make one of those, hopefully by Christmas, so we can have that for Christmas. So both boys will then hopefully get a blanket for Christmas presents. We shall see. Everyone cross the fingers for me. Because I've got so many plans, I bought some cake yarn to make myself a jumper. I've never made a jumper before. I've made a cardigan and it turned out ridiculously huge. I'm a big girl, so I just assumed that I should make the biggest of the patterns, and it was really chunky yarn, and it is ludicrously big. I mean, the sleeves are like this wide. I don't know quite what happened. I did get a gauge. They are meant to be oversized, I suppose, but when you're chunkier girl, maybe the oversized wasn't quite. Maybe you should get something a bit more fitted. We'll see. I might show you next time, and you can all have a laugh at how big it is. I do wear it around the house and take it off if the postman knocks, because it is so ludicrously big, and I look a bit silly. But, so I'm going to try and make myself a jumper, and hopefully I'm a bit better at crochet now than I was then, so hopefully it will work. Not much else to say, really. Oh, I have to share this with someone because I think it's so cute. I got this in the post. I could buy it. It wasn't a gift, unfortunately. But I ordered from Lana Boo. That's it. I have got like a brooch of hers before, which is like a ball of yarn with a hook through it, and it came in a yarn subscription box. I think it was Crochet boxes before they stopped. So Lana Boo, if you don't know her, on Etsy. And there's lots, it comes with all these cute little things, like cards. I like this. Do more of what makes you happy. I know what makes me happy. What makes me happy? Haribo, trick or treat just for me, not for children, because I don't have to raid their stash. They got loads yesterday. They've never been trick or treating before. Because in London it's not really done that often. Not my part of London, wasn't anyway. So this year we've moved to a new area, and there are lots of people. We've got a little Facebook group for our little area, and lots of people going, our kids are all coming out. We do Halloween in a big way here or in this area. So we decided this year we're going to decorate, and the boys got costumes, and we went out trick-or-treating, and it was amazing. It was like almost like the sort of things you see on American TV shows. It doesn't really happen here. You know, Halloween's not as big here. But there were kids everywhere, loads of them. And my husband stayed home for anyone knocking on our door, because obviously we decorated. We had like a projection of ghosts and things on the front door, and we had pumpkins and a zombie coming out of the ground. And there were kids everywhere. They loved it, really loved it. So anyway, they've got loads of sweets, and I've got some left. Believe it or not, I've got some left over. We had so many callers. I had a massive bucket full of sweets, and we got about this much left in the bottom of the bucket. But Lana Boo sent me some, which is lovely. But this is what I actually ordered, going back to the subject. I do digress sometimes, I do apologise. Can you see it? The light keeps shining on it when it's focused, and when I bring it in to the light, doesn't it? It unfocuses. It says Team Crochet. There you go. It's a bit blurry, but it's a little enamel pin, which I might put on my bag. I don't know. Not sure. I don't know if the colour will go, unless it's yellow. Could do. I've got a pale blue bag. I have a Kidston bag, which I absolutely love. It's got cats on it. I've got a black bag that might look better on, which is a bit more wintry anyway, so I probably should switch to the black bag. But it says Team Crochet, and I thought it was very cute, because when I'm out in public, you know, you get all the, oh, what are you knitting? It's crochet. I can't knit to save my life. So if you think I'm going to talk about knitting, it's never going to happen. I have tried to cast on more times than I can count. I can't cast on. No matter what instructions I follow, I cannot cast on. I don't know. My auntie's moving up this way soon, and she said she can knit, so maybe she'll show me. I don't know. But I find crochet quite enjoyable, and it seems to come naturally to me. You know, my mum taught me how to do a granny square, anything else, I kind of self-taught myself, and it's just come naturally. Knitting, on the other hand, I might have to think a bit too hard, and I'm far too lazy to learn that right now because I've got too much other things going on in my head. But we shall see. What else did I buy recently? I bought some more stitch markers recently. I got these ones, and they're like, oh no, so I haven't got like a focus on this camera, which is silly. So they're not going to show up very well. But basically, they're little silver unicorns, which I've got a thing, you know, for unicorns. So I've got those, and these I'm going to make into stitch markers because I did foray into. That's probably not even the right way of saying it. But I did try jewellery making for a little while, and all the supplies are in the garage. I'm currently packed in the garage at the moment. But when I'm going to get them out soon because I want to finish these. I bought these on eBay. Someone else has already made because I can't do anything like this at all. It's just not my strength. And I've already got the little hooks on, so I'm going to make them into little Christmassy stitch markers. I said the C word again. Christmas. I think that's it that you are interested in. I got some hair grips for my little girl and things like that that were Christmassy. But not much else going on. Just looking around at the mess that is the office at the moment. Office stroke spare room. Yeah, I think that's it right now. Oh, I did have one other finished object, but it's downstairs. And because my little workplace playing with it. And because it's amigurumi toadstool, it's about this big. And it was from a subscription box called Secret Crochet Club that I was trying out. There seem to be a few subscription boxes on the go at the moment. Box of Crochet, I think, is the original. I am loving the Secret Crochet box as well, and I absolutely adored the toadstool. It's amazing, I love it. But it's downstairs. If you look on my Instagram at Mickey Midge, you will see it there. I think it's one of those spoiler posts you have to scroll by, so I might have to repost again later. Now it's been revealed. I made him pretty much as soon as I got the box. I started making him because he was just so cute. I think that's it. And I've been rambling on for quite a long time, so I hope you're still with me. And I hope you enjoyed what I had to talk about, and I wasn't boring you to tears. And I hope I didn't diver too much. That sounds really apologetic. That's really pathetic, isn't it? Hopefully you enjoyed what I had to say anyway. And hopefully the mess in the background isn't too off-putting. I will tidy up by next time if I end up posting this. This orange thing is my husband's 3D printer, which was an anniversary present a couple of years ago. Oh, was it a couple of years ago or last year? Probably last year. And I will show you next time something he has used it to make something yarny for me. I'll have to show it to you. So I'm going to say goodbye. I might be recording this again, or I might give up and go, no, this is not for me. Or I might post it as is and you can see me warts and all. Yes, so thank you for watching. I hope you found me at least a little bit interesting. Not me, what I had to say. Okay.